Well, folks, welcome to another episode of Fallaciously Speaking. I'm Paulie, your guide on this path through the sometimes bewildering world of logical fallacies. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sounds fancy, right? But don't worry, we're going to break it down. Uh, Nice and easy. Today, we're talking about the straw man fallacy. If you've ever been in a discussion, maybe a heated one, and found the other person like arguing against something you never actually said, well, chances are you've met this sneaky little fallacy. Let's think of it like this. Imagine setting up a dummy, stuffed with straw. It's easier to knock down than a real person, right? That's exactly what the straw man fallacy does. It sets up a flimsy version of the real argument just so it can be knocked over, making it look like a grand victory. We'll get into some examples, talk about why it's so darn popular in conversations, debates. You'll even spot it in high profile speeches. And we'll explore how avoiding this fallacy can actually lead us to clearer, more honest communication. Now, my background in business and the life lessons learned around the streets of New York give me a unique perspective that I'm eager to share. So sit back, relax, and let's unravel this together. I promise we'll have some fun along the way. And who knows, maybe you'll spot a straw man next time you're watching the news. Stick around, folks. All right, let's dive a bit deeper into what makes the straw man fallacy tick. Picture this. You're in a debate, sharing your thoughts on something you're passionate about, and then boom, boom, someone spins your words around. When you're actually discussing, say, the benefits of eating healthier, they turn it into an argument about how you're demanding everyone becomes a health nut. See the trick? This tactic, it works because it's easier to attack. That's the point. It's like knocking down that straw dummy instead of facing the real challenger. But let me tell you, this kind of misdirection isn't just unfair, it's actually a major roadblock to honest dialogue. Now, across history, whether in politics, advertising, or even those backyard barbecues when someone's arguing about some controversy, the straw man makes its entrance. But by learning how to identify when it's being used, we're we're empowering ourselves. It's like having a toolkit. Recognizing when an argument is twisted lets you steer back to the real meat of the conversation. It's useful beyond arguments, too. As a businessman, I've seen negotiations derailed by assumptions. It's a skill, folks, to catch this early and steer things back on track before that straw morphs into a whole haystack. In embracing honest communication, we not only understand each other better, but we also foster a culture of trust and respect. And that's a foundation worth building, both in our personal lives and in broader circles. So let's keep an eye out for those straw-filled diversions together. Now, folks, let's dig into how we can uh, spot these pesky straw man arguments in our daily lives. You know, uh, these things show up more often than you'd think. Whether you're having a spirited debate at the dinner table or even just chatting with a friend over coffee, chances are you'll encounter it. Let me tell you, there's real power in learning to recognize these moments. Consider this. You're in a conversation and you're calmly talking about how you think everyone should get more fresh air. Suddenly, someone shoots back with, "So you're saying people should abandon their jobs and live in the woods?" Oh no, you never said that. You never even hinted at that. That's the straw man rearing its head. But here's the trick to handle it. Acknowledge the misrepresentation calmly. You can say something like, that's not what I meant, and bring the focus back to the actual point you made. It gives you room to steer the convo back on course without falling for the divergence. Easy, right? This is especially handy in professional settings. Just think, in a business meeting, when someone distorts proposals, pushing the agenda to places it's uh, never meant to go, you can deftly maneuver through by clarifying intentions and redirecting the talk to the core issues. It's a skill you hone bit by bit. And Those dinner table debates, oh boy, they're the perfect practice ground. Sharpen your skills there, and it becomes easier to handle when stakes are higher. Remember, the key isn't just defending your stance, but cultivating a space where genuine understanding thrives. It's like gardening. You weed out those misrepresentations and nurture the ground for healthy discourse. Ultimately, these small shifts in how we manage conversations can lead to big changes in how we connect, understand, and grow as individuals. So, next time, keep those eyes peeled for straw, and let's keep pushing toward clarity and truth together. So, let's shift gears and consider how we can phrase our own arguments more fairly. It's not just about avoiding that straw man trap, but crafting our statements authentically. Imagine you're in a conversation and you want to make sure your point is clear and unambiguous. How do we do that? Well, first, be genuine with your intention. State what you truly mean. We often see arguments go south because there's a breakdown in clarity, right? Like when someone paraphrases your words, missing the essence. By ensuring that your argument's core is well presented, not only do you prevent others from twisting your words, but you also uh, open the floor for for honest dialogue. Another key is to engage with the strongest form of the opposing viewpoint. Yes, it might be tempting to tackle the weakest points, but confronting, a steelman version shows respect for the other side. It's like playing a challenging chess match. It it sharpens your skills and fosters a more genuine understanding. When we approach discussions with this mindset, it's less about winning and more about creating a meaningful exchange. Think of it like building a bridge rather than erecting barriers. This approach not only clears up miscommunications, but also roots your dialogue in respect and mutual growth. So, in practice, next time you're in a heated discussion or just a casual debate, keep an eye on presenting arguments that stand strong. It's a practice that, over time, reshapes the nature of our conversations into something truly transformative. Remember, every word counts, so choose them wisely. As we come to reflect on our journey today, one can't help but marvel at the deceptively simple yet potent power of the straw man fallacy. We've seen its reach in debates, in conversations, even in casual chats, where people, perhaps unknowingly, twist words to make a point. It's a bit like looking into a funhouse mirror. The reflection is familiar but skewed. Now, what are we taking away from this? Well, for one, a recognition that clarity in our own arguments is as important as spotting misrepresentations in others. It's about building that skill set where we think critically, not just accepting surface level discourse, but probing deeper for truth. Remember the notion of engaging with the strongest form of arguments? That very act of confronting robust ideas rather than weak imitations demands courage and precision. It's a practice where we grow, like intellectually and even personally, by challenging our understanding and refining our perspectives. These insights are valuable not just in heated debates, but in everyday interactions, where misunderstandings often arise from assumptions. By cultivating a habit of clear and fair communication, we open doors to honest, meaningful exchanges. It's about nurturing a mindset where mutual respect leads the way. So, as we round off today's conversation, I encourage you to see beyond the surface of words. Let's embrace complexity over simplicity where necessary and keep sharpening our skills in identifying and avoiding the easy trap of straw filled arguments. This journey of clear thinking is ongoing, profound, and in many ways transformative. Folks, as we wrap up our journey through the nuances of the straw man fallacy, I'm hoping you're feeling just a bit more equipped to to navigate those sometimes tricky waters of arguments and debates. We've peeled back the layers on how easily words can be twisted and the importance of, you know, recognizing and countering those misrepresentations. But This understanding goes beyond just using it in debates, whether it's in business discussions, personal relationships, or even those casual chats with friends. Clarity and honesty in how we communicate can truly reshape our interactions, bringing us closer to the truth. And that's that's powerful. So let's commit to this together, huh? To keep our dialogues genuine and clear, to engage deeply, not just skim the surface. It's a continuous learning path, like any journey worth taking. And I'm thrilled we could walk this part of it together today. All right, then, keep those minds sharp, stay curious, and let's, keep pushing the boundaries of our own understanding. It's been a real pleasure, folks. Until next time.